Bro, so many people right now are talking about the newest episode of One Piece, specifically Garp's Galaxy Impact episode. Now, not necessarily the episode, but a couple different things that have to do with this versus what happened at the War of the Best, aka Ace's execution. Honestly, giant and a lot of freaking spoilers ahead, so if you are not caught up on One Piece, or if you're not caught up to the War of the Best, leave this video right now. But I wanted to talk about a couple things because I think it's very interesting, the dynamic that we got to see back then versus the dynamic of Garp we get to see now. And there's a lot of discussion right now about, yo, Garp's just literally got to sit back and watch Ace get executed, and versus now where he's going to save Kobe, it's a total different demeanor. I mean, look at his face right now at this intro clip. So let's watch him actually use Galaxy Impact. I want to watch this clip because it's so freaking epic. I absolutely love it. And then I want to talk to you guys about how Garp had to do what he had to do during Ace's execution. Like, it had to be done, and he couldn't do anything about it. And what he did do about it is what he had to do about it. And I just want to talk about it, open up the comments for discussion, because a lot of people are like, I can't believe Garp would just like let his, own grandson get executed, and he's doing all this for Kobe. No. Heck no. That's not how I see it, and that's fine. Let's check this out though, dude, because this is so fire. Yo, he's standing on business right now. Look at this. Boom. The other thing that's crazy is, like, if you have read the manga and you've been like waiting for this, it's just funny how like it's still just animated so much differently than it was portrayed in the manga. Like, obviously it was crazy in the manga, but it's like, dude, that's why it's okay to read the manga and watch the anime, because it's so different, dude. This whole scene is way different than I expected. Kobe is the future of the Navy, dude. Look at this. You know what's cool too is, like, all our good guys are starting to look real evil right now. Like, Garp looks straight up evil right here. We just saw Luffy when he's fighting Lucci with like the red eyes, look straight up evil. So it's kind of crazy. Like, what's going on? And my beloved pupil. So it's like a lot of people right now are just talking like, dude, he's literally thinks this way about Kobe, and he didn't have this kind of mindset during the execution, which is crazy, dude. It's just cool because this is like the first time we finally get to see Garp's power and like what he's actually capable of. And if you think back to Marineford, you actually can understand like what he could have done in that moment. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's what I want to talk about. This is going to be a long extended clip of just me rambling on, but basically I mean, this is a very good example that during Marineford, Garp 100% could have stopped everybody and rescued Ace. However, and that's kind of like where people are a little bit salty with him, is like, dude, he's saving his pupil when he should have saved his grandson, where he should have saved Luffy, he should have saved Ace, and he just kind of let everything happen. Well, the thing is, man, Garp has given and devoted his entire life and career to the Navy, and all of his sons turned out to be freaking pirates. It's like, literally, yo, I tried to raise you guys a certain way and you all turned out to be my mortal enemy. So, I mean, that in itself is kind of like heartbreaking for Garp. But when it came down to a full-on execution, there was nothing he could do. His career was on the line. Potentially his life was on the line. Everything he stood for, everything he's worked for was on the line. Kobe, on the other hand, is literally the son and the grandson that he never had, the son and the grandson that he always wanted to raise. So there are just basically two different situations here. This is completely different and not really related in any way. I mean, Garp shows up, and if you don't know what happens, like, obviously he saves Kobe, but he gets freaking annihilated later in this, and we still don't know what's up with him. But it was just like totally two different situations. You have to just keep it at that. The other thing is, like, dude, this is kind of crazy. And honestly, this is kind of ruining my brain too. I want to open this up for discussion more than anything. Is like, he could have for sure stopped the execution of Ace from happening, which has been a huge turning point for the entirety of the show. But if that was the case, we also know, looking back, we have not got to see anything from Garp. We've seen him laugh and joke and like douche around a little bit. And honestly, when Luffy punches him off of the thing, back then you're kind of like off the staircase. You're like, could Luffy have actually done that? And you're like, no, I think Garp 100% let him. After this episode, Garp 1,000,000% left it into the hands of Luffy. And Luffy basically wasn't able to do the job. And I know all the Marines were looking at it like, yo, this is crazy. Like, maybe this kid is super strong. No, Garp let that happen. He could have killed every single pirate, every single Marine, everybody in that room, everyone on that island, which you could see in this. But he just had to do what he had to do. Kobe, on the other hand, is a completely different story. This is him defending the future of the Marines. Kobe is a pure heart and his pupil, and he is going to lead the Marines basically like Garp did. He sees in him a younger Garp who has the ability to do what he's doing, and that is absolutely scary and crazy. Like, people think, dude, it's so funny because I think a lot of people think that and obviously no one knows what the ending's going to look like. I think Luffy and Kobe, something crazy is going to happen there towards the end. Either they're going to have an epic fight, something on this scale, or they're going to be the ones to combine and, bring peace between the Marines and pirates. I just think it's very interesting. This last episode was amazing. The animators are completely on it, but dude, you cannot be mad at Garp for this. And because of what he did here versus what he did at Marineford. He had to do that. He literally had to do that. His job, his credibility, his life, everything we know about the Marines was on the line, and he literally put it in the hands of the one person who could do that, is Luffy. And you know what, dude? Luffy let everybody down, which sucks because everyone there completely outnumbered him, completely outmatched him. And if you don't remember, like, Garp was completely torn up about that. So I don't know why I had to come on here and say any of that. I just am curious what you guys think. This last episode was so friggin' sick, dude, and I'm curious to know what's going to happen with Garp. It's just crazy to see what this dude is actually capable of. He literally just, no devil fruit power. It's insane to think that this dude teamed up with Gold D. Roger and took down the Rocks Pirates. Like, the power that this man possesses is next level, dude. Such a great episode. But hey, Garp was doing what he had to do. He's got 4 grandchildren, man. He's got Sabo. Well, okay, not really. He's got Luffy, Ace, and he's got Kobe. And Kobe is the one that he's trying to raise because Kobe is the one that's kind of following in his footsteps. And you just got to take that as it is. He didn't love Ace any less. He obviously is pissed at his kids for becoming pirates, but it is what it is, man. He just could not do anything at Marineford. The only thing he could do is what he did, and let Luffy take him out and proceed and put his faith in saving Ace into Luffy, which sucks and is sad. And looking back at it, this show is absolutely brutal. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I love you guys so much. We'll catch you on the next video.